Hello all and welcome to the FPL preview of Game Week 17. Game Week 17 is the last game week of the hectic schedule and the table is very equally poised with a lot of teams vying for the top spot. Now when we talk about the FPL, we have seen a lot of rotation which is happening and we're not even sure the players which are going to start. For example, a lot of people had Harry Kane as their captain the last game week, but unfortunately that game was called off. So talking about this fantasy tips, I would like to suggest you one goalkeeper which you can have for the next 5 games, one goalkeeper which you can have for the next game, and similarly we would tell you 2 each defenders, midfielders, forwards and the captaincy picks for this game week. Before we move forward, I would request you to subscribe to our channel. Now let's talk about the picks which we have referred in the last couple of game week and how they have played. And if you see, Yerry Mina as a defender has been absolutely wonderful for Everton. 30 points in the last 4 matches, a really strong defender, and we do suggest you to have this player. Another important player, and I guess one of the hitmans for Aston Villa, is El Ghazi. El Ghazi has looked fabulous with 42 points in the last 5 games. He looks menacing in attacks, he's always there and thereabout near the goals, and I would recommend you to get this player also on board. Another player, Manchester United topman, Rashford. Rashford is now coming back stronger. He had a lean patch in between, but we can see a lot of things working for him. With United now coming strong, becoming a more cohesive unit, I expect Rashford to add to the 28 points which he has scored in the last 4 games. The first goalkeeper we are suggesting is David De Gea from Manchester United. Now, he may not be a very famous pick right now because of only 3 clean sheets in the last 12 games. But you see, the Manchester United, they have a double game week as well as they have all the games apart from Liverpool game which they can keep a clean sheet on. Aston Villa home, Burnley away, Fulham away and Sheffield United home. And David De Gea is not owned by that many managers, so definitely can be a differential pick. Now if you talk about the player which you can have for the next game week is Nick Pope from Burnley. Again, a very strong keeper, 5.4 a pound valued, 6 clean sheets in the last 13 games, 75 points in the FPL, 48 saves made. An upcoming game against the struggling Fulham, and I believe that Burnley has a very good chance of actually coming from that game with a clean sheet. Another player I'm going to talk about is a defender now, and that's Vladimir Kofal. Now Kofal at a value of just 4.7 is a very good defender. He starts most of the games for West Ham. 46 points in FPL so far, but he has got 8 bonus points. He's always a threat going forward as well. And the upcoming matches, Everton away, Burnley home, West Brom home, Crystal Palace away. I believe there are a couple of clean sheets in that game and he would definitely be a good pick. Another defender, James Tarkowski from Burnley, has been very impressive. And as Burnley has now started to just turn on the screws on the defenses, this guy you cannot ignore. Again, upcoming game against Fulham, 46 points in FPL so far and 23 points in the last 5 games. I talk about the midfielder now. This pick is not a very famous pick right now, but Raheem Sterling is again looking a strong player once again. 4 goals, 4 assists in the league so far, 71 points in FPL, 37 points in the last 5 games. Now that's very important, that's a very high number. And if you see the next couple of games, he has relatively simple games apart from the first game in the next game week, which is against Chelsea. So you can definitely bank upon this player. Another player which I would want you to suggest, just 9.7 of a steal at that value, 11 goals, 4 assists in the league. 119 points in FPL, 32 points in last 5 games, even though they have struggled in the last couple of games to gather points. I mean, I'm talking about Son and Kane, but Son remains a threat, and with upcoming game against Leeds, who do concede goals, I believe that he would definitely be on the score sheet. Now moving on to the forwards, now there is another impressive player which has just come across now in the last couple of games, that's Bertrand Traore. Now Traore is just at 5.9 pounds, 39 points in FPL may sound low, but how he has been playing the last 5 games, 25 points he has garnered from that. And if you see the upcoming games, Manchester United away, Tottenham home, Everton home, City away, Burnley away. Some might say the games are slightly difficult, but the way Aston Villa is playing, I believe that he would definitely be among the points once again. Another forward, now that's Captain Fantastic, that's Harry Kane, 9 goals, 10 assists, staggering 10 assists in the league so far, 113 points in the FPL. And he would be my captain pick for this game week, although I would say that he was my captain pick for the last game week as well. But unfortunately, that game was called off against Fulham. So I back Harry Kane to add to his tally with Leeds home. I believe that Leeds would definitely be susceptible to conceding, and he would be my pick. Now let's move to what team we are playing. So let's move to the team which I have picked and which Sports Marvel have picked for this game week. Martinez is the one who starts on the keeper. I know that Manchester United may score goals against Aston Villa, but he would also have the opportunity to actually get some points at the saves. Then I have Walker Peters at home against Liverpool, not so sure about that. I had James Justin. Justin is another very impressive defenders which have come in Leicester's ranks. So yes, I would definitely be going with him. Then I have Balbuena against Everton. In midfield, again, that midfield is somewhere where I can garner a lot of points. I have Bruno Fernandes, I have Son, I have Neto, and I have Salah. So again, strong players in form. I do hope that we get a lot of points there. Then in front line, I have Kane as my captain. I have Bamford, again, very impressive. So I have Tammy Abraham as my hitman because he is now the focal point of Chelsea's attack. And I would feel that he would be continuing adding a lot of points because Chelsea definitely would be scoring a couple of goals in the next few games. So that's about our team, that's about our tips, and thank you so much for joining. We would come back to you with more FPL takes about the next game week, which would be a curtailed one. Some teams are not playing, so make your transfers wisely, and I wish you all the best for this game week. Take care, bye bye.